Report of the New World, the Bishop Grady, let y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report, man. Stop the KKK, the Kings killing Kings. We all we got, man. Go ahead and get you a shirt at blackfilesnews.com/shop, or you can get yourself other BFN paraphernalia too. Support the movement as we continue to support y'all. You can find the link for the website in the Black Files News Instagram bio, or you can just type in the URL, you lazy motherfucker. But no, we'd appreciate it though. I'm just fucking with y'all. We really would appreciate it. But on to this real news though, man. Yesterday it was fucked up because the grand jury out there in Louisville, Kentucky actually declined to bring any charges against the officers that murdered Breonna Taylor during this deadly no-knock warrant that took place back in March 13th. We are 6 months removed from that, but on March 13th, these officers went in and you know, because their boyfriend started busting back, they ended up shooting and, you know, after ramming through their door or whatever, and they killed the 26-year-old black female emergency room technician who was completely innocent. And now the only charges they did bring were 3 charges towards former police chief Brett Hankerson, who actually had shot into the neighbor's house. So no charges for actually taking this innocent woman's life, but charges for almost injuring her neighbors. That just doesn't make any sense. So of course Black America is in an outrage. As soon as the news broke, you know, protesters took to the streets. Now, the writing was already on the wall, if you ask me, because first off, you had Attorney General Daniel Cameron bringing that case to the grand jury, and this was somebody who, you know, since March, they've had the Republican National Convention, and they made him a keynote speaker at the fucking convention. So you already know he's already a Republican. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the pictures of him with his white wife and white family, you know, looking like he in a sucker place and all of that, whatever. And then on top of that, this past week, they had already boarded up all of the businesses downtown Louisville before the decision was to take place yesterday. So this shit just looks shady top to bottom. You have shout out to them people at Until Freedom, like rapping my song, you know what I'm saying, and Tamika Mallory. You know what I'm saying? To me, right now, it's looking like, you know, civil rights legends, if you ask me. But they have been protesting out there a lot of demonstrations, and a lot of footwork on a lot of boots on the ground, and actually like bringing awareness to that. 6 months for it to come to this decision. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. But nevertheless, they are accusing Daniel Cameron, as well as the attorney for Breonna Taylor's family, Benjamin Crump, civil rights attorney. They're accusing Daniel Cameron of not even being forthright with the grand jury, because they're like, there's no way that he presented all of the known evidence to the grand jury, including them trying to like falsify the reports of that raid. Like, I mean, at one point they said like there were no injuries sustained in the raid, and a whole woman died out in this motherfucker. So they're like, there's no way he could have been forthcoming with all of the facts, and there still not be any charges. So foul play is obviously expected. Everybody's calling for the transcripts to be released. Nevertheless, all the protesters were like, fuck that 9 p.m. curfew that they had in Louisville, and they hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? And you know, police were actually releasing like chemical agents and projectiles at protesters all throughout the night. All overnight, 127 arrests made, and you also had the Louisville police chief that actually said that they had a suspect in custody who they suspect actually shot these 2 police officers who they are now like hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. So, you know, before we know, they could be lying about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because these cops is liars, and y'all wonder why motherfuckers is calling for people to defund the police. But that's where we at. Green War and Graduation. Report of the New World, the Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. Hey, yo, make sure you check out blackfilesnews.com/LPAI. That's LPAI. Let's post about it. This is actually a social media platform under the channel that allows us to actually have profiles. We can have dialogues. We can build. We can have forums. You can share documents and videos. Unlike on these other social media platforms, these Twitters and Facebooks and all of that, whatever, you can really get busy with some scholars, from the street scholars to academia and everything in between. Like, we can actually just build on some heavy, important topics, like what are we gonna do on November 4th? And I bring that up because that goes into this story of Donald Trump at this White House press briefing yesterday, basically being called out, being asked by reported by Brian Karim, will he commit to a peaceful transfer of power? And this dude would not do so. He actually said that there's well, you know, I've been complaining about the ballots and all of that, whatever. And dude is like, yeah, but there's a lot of rioting. And Trump's like, yeah, I know. And Newz like, so will you commit to a peaceful transfer of power? Basically, if he loses to Joe Biden. And then Trump is like, well, you know, we got to get rid of the ballots, and you know, then we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, quite frankly. There'll be a continuation. You know, the ballots are out of control. You know it. You know who else knows it? The Democrats. So he's telling you right there that even no matter what happens, he's not going to give up the seat. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not willingly. Definitely not on some. Definitely will be on some sort of loser shit. But check this out though. Earlier this week, he has said that he's trying to. He expects the November election to actually go to the Supreme Court, and that's why he's trying to hurry up and get a justice in there to replace the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So they're trying to get a Republican up in there, and the Republican Senate, they trying to hurry up and vote somebody in there. So they trying to take over the election. Now the Atlantic publication, they actually put out a story that says that Republicans are trying to subvert the election process by basically they have one option of actually getting all of the Republican-led senates, state legislatures to actually basically say that they don't believe in the ballots, cast doubt over the votes that come in, and as a reaction to that, they're going to get electorates that are Republican that will definitely just come in and then just vote for Republicans so Trump can stay in power. So, that just lets you know the type of games they playing. This is why people be saying fuck voting. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all want to talk about, rock the vote and get out there, vote or die. And if you don't vote, then you're not respecting your ancestors. Nah, man, the ancestors see what the fuck going on. Greenwald and graduation, man. We got to build our own shit. And that's why y'all need to make a profile at LPay or shit. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Get some boots on the ground. Don't just leave it to voting because they not playing fair. Greenwald and graduation. What other new world though? The Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So we are actually in some funny times, you know what I'm saying, with this COVID-19 shit, because people want to be outside, act like everything is all good. Everybody wants to open everything back up and all of that, but these numbers is still climbing. Like, at least the official numbers are. Whether they lying about them or not sure. The numbers are actually, the death toll, the death rate suggests that it's probably higher than what it said. And there are reports of of organizations or state officials trying to lower the numbers. But I imagine there's some numbers that have been propped up or whatever. But at the end of the day though, 1,100 people were said to have died from COVID-19 yesterday. 40,000 confirmed infections. Now, Trump has said that he's considering overriding the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, if they if they issue stricter guidelines on emergency use of a vaccine. Now, obviously, anybody in public health, they warning yo, Trump trying to get a vaccine now before election day is actually gonna have an unsafe and untested vaccine on the market. So how not wise is that? But in similar news though, CNN is reporting Dr. Deborah Birx, who's actually the White House task force coordinator. She's actually not sure how long she could hold that position. She feels, in quotes, distressed at the direction that Trump's coronavirus policy is going, especially, and she even thinks that Dr. Scott Atlas is actually feeding Trump misinfo about the efficacy of wearing masks and battling the COVID-19. So here we are again with Trump being more, or at least being coerced to be more pro-vaccine than the doctors. Remember when what happened to Trump? Oh, he's supposed to save us, and he's not even part of the problem. He's not going for that coronavirus shit, and it's all a hoax and all of that, or whatever. And now the nigga trying to push the vaccine on you. What the fuck you got to say about that? I ain't got time for ignorance, yo. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report, man. Stop the KKK, the Kings killing kings, we all we got. Make sure you check out blackfilesnews.com/shop. Go ahead and get you one, support the movement as we continue to support y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gotta raise the awareness. You know what I mean? We gotta take care of each other, you days. But also check out blackfilesnews.com/opportunities. You know what I'm saying? There's opportunities for people looking for internships as well as advertising opportunities. So for all you small business owners or large corporation owners or hustlers, go get us everywhere in between. You got your brand, your name, your product marketed from on a video like this or across our multiple social media platforms. You know what I mean? And our videos is endless. So definitely check that out. And build with us as we continue to build with y'all. Now, top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Remember he was on the coronavirus task force and kept contradicting the bullshit Trump was saying and all of that, whatever. And that's assuming that he wasn't spewing no bullshit, but nevertheless, I think I would put my money on Fauci over Trump because Trump is Trump because he be lying all the time, and that's a fact. But nevertheless, he actually told a Senate committee yesterday that that people are still having effects and symptoms after recovering from COVID-19 that's lasting weeks and months. And then these could include, and I quote, fatigue, myalgia, fever, and involvement in the neurological system, as well as cognitive abnormalities such as inability to concentrate. So also saying that people recovering from COVID-19 are having heart inflammation. So, he was just saying this should be humbling to us and show that we don't know as much about the virus as we may think we do. You know what I'm saying? It's still new, we just don't know. So everybody stay woke. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So Republican Missouri Governor Mike Parsons and his wife have officially tested positive for COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, coronavirus disease 2019, that Rona. And make sure you check out BFN World Broadcast number 17 where I rap and break down the origins of it or whatever. But back then it was only 8,000 deceased globally. Now look where we at. You know what I'm saying? We headed towards a million. But nevertheless, this is somebody that's been seen as recently as this past weekend being at public gatherings, not wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying? So, if anybody has been on his dick recently, y'all probably need to get tested too. Now, this is somebody that's publicly imposing mask mandates, and basically even called for the Missouri schools to open back up. Even saying the kids they're the least susceptible to it, and even though they may get it, they're not going to the hospital. They're just gonna go home and get over it. You know what I mean? Well, we'll see if that's the truth for him and his wife. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So, this COVID-19 shit globally is still real. The official death toll has topped 975,000, and the real number is believed to be a lot higher since every nation doesn't necessarily have thorough testing, and everybody ain't getting tested and all of that. But unfortunately, that's what it is. And you have places like India, for example, they had over 1,000 deaths yesterday, 80,000 infections yesterday, which actually has it on pace to pass the U.S. with the most infections within weeks right now. You have Indonesia, they had 4,400 cases, their highest not death toll, but their highest infection toll for a day. Then you have in Canada, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he's basically saying in 4 provinces we're not expecting a second wave. There's a second wave already underway. So he's warning his people. Over in France, they have new restrictions on public gatherings as they see a new record surge in cases. And in Italy, they're actually having more infections. I'm sorry, not Italy, but Spain. They actually have more infections than they did at the height of their first wave, which was a lot. They was up there at the most, past the U.S. in the beginning. So it's fucked up. You know, people were expecting a worse fall than the spring. Remember, the spring and the summer got busy. Greenwald graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady let y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report, man. Stop the KKK, Kings killing kings. We all we got, man. Go ahead and get you one, and you can get it in different colors and sizes at blackfilesnews.com/shop. There's also other BFN paraphernalia too, to match everything in your wardrobe and keep you swaggy while still putting on for us as we continue to put on for y'all. Now, onto this news though. There's a journal called Nature that actually put out a report saying that the Antarctic ice sheet is going to melt even if all of the nations that are a part of the Paris Climate Accord meet their emissions requirements. And in it melting, it's going to cause sea levels to rise by 8 feet. Now, I don't know anybody that's 8 feet tall, you know what I'm saying? So that means anybody that just means disaster, basically, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to, I don't know, change our society to look like the Jetsons. Remember that old cartoon where all of the fucking houses were in the sky or whatever? We might have to do that. Same time, you have Governor Gavin Newsom of California. He's actually imposed a deal to phase out all gas-powered cars by 2035. And there's a new report by Oxfam that shows that the wealthiest 1% of the world are contributing twice as much greenhouse gas emissions than the bottom half, the bottom economic half of the world. So, you know, that just goes to show that, like Tupac and Michael Jackson said, they don't give a fuck about us, or they don't care about us. Well, you know, whoever you talking about. Greenwald and graduation. There's report of the New World Order. Bishop Grady let y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So Brazil's National Center for the Prevention of Forest Fires is actually reporting that 7 million acres have actually been burned. 7 million acres of the largest wetland in the world burned down due to the Pantanal fire that's actually burned down 50% more land than this year than all of the West Coast fires in the United States. Now, over in Cali, though, it's crazy because, you know, they still have their fires going. 5 out of 6 of Cali's largest wildfires are still burning. You got the Creek Fire that's actually so far burned through 300,000 acres in like Fresno and Moderna counties. It's the largest single source fire in state history. And then also you got the fucking August Complex fire that's had a record-shattering 860,000 acres burnt to the ground with 40% containment. So, you know, people link this to climate change. Like, I mean, damn, how much gotta burn down? You know what I'm saying? If it's not climate change, who would do something like that? Greenwald and graduation. Before the New World Order, Bishop Grady let y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So there's a fairly credible report that's actually been put out by this Australian think tank that shows Chinese authorities have continued to build these Muslim concentration camps, or so-called re-education system camps in Xinjiang, China, for the past 2 years, even though they've been winding down their so-called re-education system. And this is based on like they've been showing like satellite images of the place or whatever, showing them erecting like dozens of camps basically. So this has been going on, as I told y'all. I've told y'all in the past about the Uyghur Muslims and how they've been out there being put in these camps. Over 1 million Uyghur Muslims and other Muslim minorities are estimated to be in these camps. A bunch of children separated from their parents. Now, in other news though, Reuters is actually reporting that Chinese people are actually pushing Tibetan rural workers out into these military-style training camps off of their own land, and pretty much made to be factory workers, similar to like what's going on in these Xinjiang camps. So there you have it. It seems like they really have a thing against Muslims, you know what I'm saying? Greenwald and graduation though, shit treacherous. What other New World Order, Bishop Grady let y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So amnesty, the treachery in this government, the corruption, the nepotism, this shit is out of control. But check this out though, Amnesty International is actually demanding that the Senate reject Chad Wolf as the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Now, Chad Wolf has been serving as acting secretary since this past November. So Amnesty International is citing his enforcement of like Trump's immigration policy and family separation policies and other human rights violations that have gone on at the U.S.-Mexico border. But also, he said at a Senate hearing yesterday that he actually at his basically when he was chosen to be the acting secretary of the DHS, he didn't know that his wife was awarded $6 million by the Department of Homeland Security, or had been awarded that much money over the years. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a flat out lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't have necessarily the proof, but other than the fact that that's just not how $6 million works. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like fucking Warren Buffett or something like that. You ain't just going, oh, I ain't know my lady had $6 million. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, man, this is crazy. But nevertheless, this comes as like, yo, we're a week removed from when a federal judge had actually just ruled that he was serving likely unlawfully at his position. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Donald J. Trump, the celebrity in chief, president of the United States, has actually restored the wealth test, or the public charge rule is what they called it, that is actually set to essentially set by the Department of Homeland Security, or enforced by them, against migrants who may be coming in low income and are likely to receive benefits, or they're likely to ask for benefits. It's going to deny them permanent residency and access to like Medicaid and food stamps and things, and you know what I mean, things of that nature. So no public assistance for the poor, basically. If you don't come into this country poor, you know what I mean? And you know, that's just racist by design, because wealth is embedded in racism, even on a global level, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, a lot of y'all don't see it that way, but it is what it fucking is. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, President Donald J. Trump, you know, dickhead in chief, he actually has expanded a ban on racial sensitivity training to not only just include federal workers, but even federal contractors, right? So, but it seems like he needs this training himself. First off, the Washington Post is reporting that he apparently complained out loud to senior aides about how, one, blacks are, you know, have themselves to blame for their struggles with racial inequality in America. Two, he said he didn't understand why Melania Trump wanted to go to Africa. All right, this is all light, because I don't understand why she wanted to go there either. Sometimes blacks are to blame for the fuck shit that happens in America, because we really need to just do our own shit and get the fuck up out of here, or form our own shit, period. You know what I'm saying? And strap up and get our cameras ready and all of that, but that's a whole nother story. And then three, he actually said that Jews are only in it for themselves. That's racist, but all right, fine. Then he's talking at this rally in Bemidji, Minnesota, and he's talking about, you know, talking to an all-white crowd, saying that how they have good genes. You know what I'm saying? And talking about how, like, yeah, don't you think so? Like, don't you believe in the racehorse theory and all of that? So Karen Emrod, who's the executive director of the Jewish Committee of Action, actually has said, like, it's for Minnesota Jews, it is chilling to hear that type of language, which echoes the race, the race theories of Nazi Germany that led to the extermination of so many of their ancestors. So it's kind of like, what is this dude really trying to do? And is he doing it on purpose? Is he doing it by maybe he's doing it by accident? He's just really just like, you know, Satan. He's just here to just do whatever. Or maybe it's very intentional and he's still Satan. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know for a fact that he's Satan, but this is crazy. Why would you talk like this? Green War on graduation, though. I wonder what Benjamin Netanyahu has to say about this. He should speak up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let one racist talk to another about how racist they are. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Stop the KKK, Kings killing kings. We all we got, man. Make sure you get you a shirt, different colors and sizes too, but at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is in the Instagram bio for Black Fox News. We can't be killing each other because shit, it's people trying to kill us. Now that goes into the story I'm talking about, where you had a bunch of the Guardian, shout out to them too for fantastic reporting. Fantastic, right? You know what I mean, using Trump words and shit. But they had released a report based on leaked chat logs from this right-wing pro-Trump group called Patriots Coalition. The chat logs show that they were actually planning on violently attacking protesters in Portland, Oregon, and that they will also even discuss carrying out political assassinations. you had one member talking about how he's just waiting for the presidential go to open fire. So that just lets you know what type of time these motherfuckers is on. Everybody stay woke. Green War and Graduation. What the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. So you have Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom that are facing accusations of censorship after they blocked San Francisco State University seminar from being shown or broadcast or shared after because it featured Palestinian activist Layla Khaled. Now, this is on YouTube. It actually streamed for 22 minutes and then before it was cut off. But on Facebook, organizers were actually blocked in advance after facing pressure from the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, and the Lawfare Project. So in similar news, though, environmental activists had their Facebook accounts temporarily suspended after planning an online protest against private equity firm KKR, which is a major investor in the Coastal GasLink pipeline in British Columbia, Canada. So whose side of these social media platforms on? That's why y'all gotta fuck with us at Let's Post About It, LPAI. That's blackfoxnews.com/LPAI. You not only won't be censored for no fuck shit, but you'll also be able to share like documents and real information, you know what I mean, videos and all of that. More info than you can share in a meaningful convo on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. So, you know, fuck with us as we continue to fuck with y'all. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report, man. It's crazy because the Republicans, a lot of famous popular Republicans be lying to the people about what's going on, but they do hit the nail on the head when they talk about how Democrats be trying to use black people to further their agenda. So I got mixed feelings about this story. Motherfuckers will get us, you know what I mean, hype us up to actually vote Democrat and then toss us to the side like a fucking used condom. You know what I'm saying? But check this out though. Billionaire Mike Bloomberg, remember he former mayor in New York City, ran for president for a hot second. You know what I'm saying? This is the dude that brought in Stop and Frisk, so he's known racist or whatever, but this is somebody that actually has given $16 million to the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, headed by Desmond Meade, a former black man, former prisoner, who's now like a leading voting rights activist, whatever. Named Time Magazine's 100 most influential people, along with Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. But nevertheless, Desmond Meade, I'm gonna get to him in a second, but because of this, Florida's Attorney General actually is calling for the FBI to launch an investigation into Mike Bloomberg. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna find. Like, are you kidding me? Like, anyway, Desmond Meade though, he's actually last week he was actually denied by the Florida's Clemency Board. He was denied a pardon, which he would have needed in order to be a part of the Florida Bar Association. This man has finished law school, he passed the bar exam and everything. All he needed is a pardon, and they denied him that. So, you know, you see what type of games they out here playing though.